Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Charles Owen. Go ahead and show my screen to everybody here. Great. You should be able to see my screen, you should be able to see me. If you wouldn't mind just raising your hand here real quick, just to make sure we're covered. All right. Maybe you don't hear me because I'm not seeing any hands come up. Like I'm online. All right, thank you very much. I got a couple of hands here, very good. All right, so you can hear me, you can see me, you can see the screen, we're all good. So we are recording this for later. Again, my name is Charles Owen. Welcome everybody to the virtual user meeting for True Value. It is a glorious day here in Central Oregon. It's beautiful and breathable for the, we've had a good breathable weather here for at least a week. When I say that, I mean from the fires and all the smoke. It's been horrendous out here. So glad you can join us today and you've decided to attend the user group meeting for True Value. Lots of information here, plethora of features we'll be talking about, some specifically for True Value and others for all the brands out there. We are, as I mentioned, recording this for the future, so if you miss any part of this, you can rewatch it or you can have your staff watch it anytime. It's going to be recorded and put on portal.paladinpls.com, which is the help portal, which you'll find also in the application. So let's go ahead and get started. We are just into this at 9:02. It's going to take probably a good 40 minutes to go through this presentation. Lots of stuff to cover. So without further ado, let's just jump into it, shall we? So what you're going to learn today is there's a summer release 2020, which includes a new help request. It includes some additional integrations, some expanded mobile device support and apps, new point of sale features, which we'll go over, and then more features specifically to True Value. So again, thank you again for attending. We're going to jump through this. So the new help request portal, if you haven't used it, this is going to be the way that you communicate cases to Paladin. You can always call us, but even the support staff will need to get into your system and walk you through submitting cases, because this is the only way that cases can actually go into our CRM system. So you will go to the support tab under help in Paladin, and you're either going to see a support drop down. I think most of you should have that by now. If not, the submit a help request would be, I think, third or fourth up from the bottom. All right, it's going to look similar to this. And first thing it's going to ask you is if it's a critical case or a store down situation. That'll be different. You'll be directed to call up Paladin directly and go into the store down line. This enables you to put in a category of subject and also put in your full description of what it is, and then you put in your phone and email and send it off, and that's all there is to it. Comes into our CRM system, it pops up on our technician screens, and the next available technician will call you. An email confirmation is sent to you confirming that the request has been received. It shows you the case number, in this case 158817, and now you have an ID number that you can refer to. If you're putting in a case or requesting an update on the case and information, there is a place for this case number right following your name and a phone number. So the new help request portal will make it even better support for you. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to really consolidate and look for patterns and things so we can see if there's requests that are happening all over or if it's just unique to your specific environment. And we're able to classify these as well and quickly resolve the case by the proper and most knowledgeable person to handle that particular case. So there's a lot of advantages to this. Like I said, the biggest one is it just integrates with our CRM system so that we can track your case and manage it appropriately. So new integrations. So the first integration I want to talk about, really excited about, is FastBound integration. We're integrating with a company that manages the firearms compliance for the feds. It will do things like allow you to fill out an electronic background check, or the customer fill it out. It then goes into the system through there. And the electronic bound book, which is required as well, is all done through Paladin. So it's all done in Paladin. That information is sent directly to FastBound. FastBound is your is the tool that enables you to be compliant. And they have a full team of attorneys backing them up and backing you up and supporting you as well. Anything to do with acquisition and disposition of where the firearm is at all times, who it was sold to, when it was received. All this information is extremely important and must be collected and stored in the system. And we enable you to do that with the FastBound integration. Following that is QuickBooks Online integration. So there's two versions of QuickBooks if you're not familiar. One is an enterprise version that's in or on premise. It's actually on your PC, loaded on your PC directly, and you just use it that way. But there's a new, not so new, online version, which is a cloud-based, and we enable you to integrate directly with that. So Paladin has written to the application programming interface for QuickBooks Online, and we've expanded it as well. Not only do we push up the information, the roll-up information at end of day, but we also push up, as you close purchase orders in Paladin, it shoots a new payable event or an invoice to your finance system, and that is in real time. So although the end of day numbers get pushed up at night, the purchase orders, as you close the purchase order in Paladin, it goes ahead and submits a payable event in your accounts payable system on QuickBooks immediately. All right, let's talk about some of the mobile device support in apps. So if you haven't seen it already, we have a Touch Dynamic Quest 3 tablet offering. This tablet enables you to extend your Paladin system. It is a full-on license that enables you to do everything you can do in Paladin from anywhere in the store, or as long as you have Wi-Fi connectivity to your server outside. So that is a caveat. This is not something that you'll drive away to a site and be able to use it. There are solutions for that, but this particular one isn't that solution. And again, you can do everything you can do on this license. It is an extra license that you'll be buying for Paladin, so you'll have to pay for a monthly fee for the additional license. It also has an embedded EMV chip slot, a card swipe, a barcode scanner, fingerprint reader. All of this is built in to this device. It works really well. There's a couple of caveats I want to mention is with the credit cards piece, if the chip card requires a PIN, there's no PIN here. So they'll have to either use a different card, or you have to go inside and finalize the transaction on the Paladin system using the standard credit card processing device and terminal. Yeah, so this works, like I said, it works really well. Some people have actually aren't really comfortable with the tablet and the finger thing, so you can get an external keyboard and external mouse, and that works as well. But the fact of the matter is, this is great for things like curbside pickup and being able to have a line buster right there and process people in line if the line gets too deep. So great product. All right, so the Samsung Galaxy Tab Active 2, just an Android device, and this Android device has an application installed on it, which we install, which is mobile to checkout. We'll talk about that in a minute. It also has a card reader that pops on the top. It is not, at this time, EMV enabled. It's just a swipe, but it can work with those stores that are running EMV in the store. You can also have the swipe capability, or E2E capability on this device. Now, the cool thing about this device, and we'll talk about more of the application on the next slide, but you can use it from anywhere. It connects to either through cellular or Wi-Fi. It enables you to collect signatures, process payments, and it's rugged, water resistant, and has a little pen as well. So it's a great little tool, it is, I'm going to jump to the next screen here because it talks about some of the app features. So this works anywhere. In other words, you can sell out of your store from any location. Unlike the Quest tablet, this does not require a connection to the server. It connects to the server via a cloud. This is a whole separate app that leverages and uses the information in your store, in your database, in real time. So you can sell anytime, anywhere. You can basically load up the back of your truck, drive it out to the swap meet, and sell out of your store right with this application. It enables you to do things like put it on a stored quote. If you want to negotiate, you have salespeople they're going out to the site and they want to create an order, you can do that. You can either process it or save the quote and then bring it up in the store when they come visit the store later. It does not only store quotes, it also recalls stored quotes. So if they call into the store, put in a quote request, and then the driver goes out and wants to upsell them, they can bring up the quote, add more items to it, and it's a great solution. It is also respects pricing plans and trade discounts, just to let you know if there are, so it'll do all that. I was thinking about different loyalty programs. So the loyalty discounts, if it's not part of a pricing plan or trade discount, are not supported at this time. And this requires version 1.1.1 or higher of Android, or actually this is the version of Paladin 1.1.1. And I think we're on 1.1.2 at this point. But great solution. This is the Go Anywhere device that you can basically sell from anywhere. You can be out of the country and still sell out of your store. Very nice. All right, some of the other devices here, the Lane 7000 or Lane 8000 payment terminals. These are the de facto standard, what we're using today for most installations. If you have old Ingenico 350s or 250s or 480s, we're moving to the 7000 and 8000 if you haven't done so already. As you know, some of you purchased the Ingenico 250s or 480s, being told, like us and everybody else, that it would support EMV, and it didn't. This is your next EMV update. So if you've got non-EMV, non-chip card readers, you can move to this device and move to offering that service to your customers. All right, replacing the Verifone VX805 is the Verifone P400. It's basically, it is the device that takes over for the VX805. They just discontinued it. Like all these payment terminals, there's new ones every year. They're putting out new stuff. So Visa and MasterCard, encourage them to do this and encourage merchants actually to upgrade every 2 to 3 years, because just to try to stay ahead of the other criminals, and they're offering more security and features as they come out with new products. And this is certified for WorldPay EMV as well. One thing it does not have is signature capture. So that's the difference between, say, the Lane 7000, 8000, where they'll manage the signature capture piece. This does not do the signature capture. All right, moving forward. New point of sale features, my favorite topic here. Always love it when we put new features into Paladin. So on the lumber and building materials side, there's a lot of folks that were buying product, making their purchases via board foot. However, on the selling side, the only option was per stick. So we've included or enhanced the system to be able to accommodate not only purchasing or receiving product via board foot, but also selling product via board foot pricing. And it does tell you the individual stick price and quantity as well. So that's a very simple setup in the system. You just check a box called MVF for that particular item, and it activates it. It also supports MSF or 1,000 square foot, and also tonnage. So the square foot calculator, another feature that we added for those that are selling lots of timber and ABS and things like that. So you can sell by the square footage, and that's what this calculator does. It basically tallies everything up. On the invoice itself, it'll tell you what the dimensions are and the quantities and everything else, with a total extended price, including all the total quantities of square foot. All right, so what else is new here? Numbered quotes. So those that are doing quotes for contractors and things, before they got an invoice number, or actually no invoice number, they got a name and a memo that you were able to recall the stored quotes with. Now it actually enables you to just activate quote numbering, and every quote you do will have a number at the top, quote number, in this case, quote number 6, shows on the screen, shows on the invoice, shows on the quote, and just makes it really simple to, and puts it in the memo as well, so it makes it really easy to recall your stored quotes. And that way the contractor just needs to come in and say, hey, I got quote number 386, I'm ready to activate that and buy some products. So that's a great feature. Apply freight costs to EDI invoice items. We've been able to have freight costs forever on non-EDI events or non-electronic data interchange, where we have the integration with the suppliers. But now, even integration with suppliers, we give you the opportunity on the receiving event to be able to apply freight. We do recommend that you apply freight as quick as possible after receiving the invoices, and so that'll disperse that information across the different products, either by weight or by cost. And as I mentioned before, yeah, it's the best practice to apply freight costs soon after the EDI invoice is processed. Customize email invoice messages. So those of you who have activated emailing to send via automatically at checkout, so you say a customer comes in, they've got an email set up on their system or multiple, before they even leave the counter, the invoice is sent to them in a PDF. It's invoice number, and it shows the number of the actual transaction. And then now you can put a nice little special message with that. You can put something like, we appreciate your business, look forward to seeing you next time, and put a nice little footer on there so you can customize this. And this is in the Forms tab under the email message box, and that is available to you as well. Moving forward, creating a new purchase order for back-ordered items. So how many times have you received back-order items, deleted those back-order items, and then have to reorder them? They should, if you're doing suggested order report, they will show up on the next order automatically, but this kind of enables you to just cut right to the chase. So if you've got back-ordered items on a PO, and you click on Revise PO at the bottom of the screen, it will automatically take that PO, all the items that were back-ordered, and create a new PO for it. So if you look at your purchase orders, it'll say revised PO, in this case 142. It says it's a revision of a PO that was 142, which basically means we're ordering product that wasn't able to be shipped the first time around. We're hoping it'll be shipped this time around. We're going to submit this order until this product comes in. So great feature. Add precision. Pardon me. So add precision to PO quantity and price. This has been a feature that we've had on the invoicing side for quite some time. Well, now we've added it on the purchase order side. So this is a tremendous tool for those of you who are getting product in very small increments. Feed and seed is a perfect example when this might apply. Things like fuel and other things as well. This could definitely change your life and make your orders just that much more accurate. So 6 decimal points for cost, 4 decimal places for quantity. So to get to it, you just right-click on it under PO. All right. Schedule reports for weekday only. So we had a request to exclude weekend reports, and this just enables you to do that. So you just take print daily, 5 days a week, but don't print during the weekends, and that's what this does. It's under the preset reports and just comes up as another scheduled report option. Moving forward, so the credit card deposit report, which you print out, which you normally print out with your end of day transaction report or till reconciliation report, now you have an option to produce this for the credit cards in an Excel spreadsheet. Just makes it easier. You can slice it, dice it, sort it. Makes it easier to find if there's any discrepancy. So it's a great tool to use for reconciling with your credit card portal and enables you to to push this right out to Excel. Obviously, the requirement is you need Excel loaded on the system that you're running the report on. All right, moving forward. Customer-friendly transaction report. So we added a feature a while back upon the request of many people that they didn't just want a transaction report that printed PDF. They wanted a transaction report that they were able to tweak, sort, order, do all different types of things with. So we created an Excel transaction report that goes to an Excel spreadsheet. The problem is we had way too much information on it for something that, unless you went ahead and cleaned out some of the columns, you wouldn't want to share that information with your customers, because it has things like cost and margin and other things. So now there's a detailed display in the blue box that you see here on the screen. You have an option to click on Customer Friendly, which will exclude department cost and margin data. Or if you want that data, you just click on the Accounting Department view, and that will push all that information to the Excel spreadsheet just like it did before. So this is a great solution that you can start using today. All right, so for EMV stores, when you're putting a card on file, so these are ones that folks that store credit cards on file, which we advocate for because you're not actually storing the credit card in Paladin. You know this. You're storing a token or a surrogate number. It's just an alphanumeric character or set of characters that don't resemble any toxic data or information on your credit card. So it's a great thing to do. But in the case of the new 7,000 and 8,000, initially when we put these out, they were requiring you to actually use the PIN pad on the credit card device, because that is encrypted, to enable you to put the number in, but you had to manually put that number in. Now, if you uncheck the manual entry box, it will enable you to swipe or dip the card, and it will read the information from the card and automatically put it in there. So for those of you that are storing credit cards, and this is a common thing, this will save you a lot of time. So hope that's helpful. Following this is a new item fee details report. So we've done a couple of things here. You're familiar with the core charge. It's on the inventory general tab. You see on the bottom image here where it says required fee. You can make that title anything you want. I think it comes standard with core charge. You can put it to paint fee, required fee. You can do anything. Well, now there's some pricing that's coming around where they're actually requiring a fee for specific items above and beyond or maybe in lieu of a core charge. So we enable you to put in whatever name or title you want for the fee, and you do that by going into File Setup, Invoice Store tab, and use the alternate core charge identifier. Once you do that, it does some really cool things. Well, first of all, it's going to show up, as you can see on the top image here, it's going to show up as a second line item under the item that you're charging for. So $45 for the latex paint, 5 gallons, and actually it's, which is a pretty incredible price, which also the required fee is also shown there, shows the item number, and then it shows the price, $1.60. So this is just a set fee for this product in addition to whatever the paint costs. And what we've added, or how we've enhanced this, is now it's going to enable you to produce a report of all the sales where you have required fee details, or whatever your name is details. So you'll notice on the actual Paladin GUI on the screen itself, under report list in the center of the screen, it says required fee details. Well, it can say paint fee details or recycle fee details. It will say whatever you put in to that prior box in on the Invoice Store tab, and it'll give you a report that produces, shows you all the detail. So it breaks it out by class and shows you all of those items that require that have a required fee. So best practice, make sure all items with fees are assigned to a class. That is going to help you in really zeroing in on those reports that you want. And fees for items with no class assigned are grouped together in no class category. All right, following this, there is a new pick list. So if you have an order in the system, this is, an order. I'm talking about you create a quote and you convert it into an order. What does that enable you to do? That enables you to buy down that invoice. So if you create an order from a quote, what you're doing is you're saying, customer's going to buy this stuff. And they don't have to buy it all today. They can buy, 3 items today, 6 items tomorrow, 10 additional items next week. But they're basically creating this order, or you're creating an order of the items that they're going to be purchasing at different times. And it just keeps track of that. So as you put in quantities to sell, it'll automatically produce an invoice for those products. Earmark it as sold on the order from that moment forward. And at any time, if you want to produce a pick list, you just click on pick list, and it's going to produce an Excel spreadsheet. I was hoping we'd show one here. An Excel spreadsheet of those items that are on that order. So this makes it really convenient if they come in, they call in and say, hey, come to pick these items up. Can you have them at curbside to pick up or in the yard to pick up? We're in a hurry, whatever. You can just click on pick list, select your order, click on pick list, and actually it'll produce a pick list for each of the orders, and you just grab the information of the order that you're interested in, and you pick those, and everybody's set and ready to go. New features specifically for True Value. So we're always constantly trying to get deeper and deeper into the brands and provide the features that you need for your particular brand. So we've added a bunch of things. So the enhanced True Value EDI file support. So here's the different things that we support now. We can process fine line updates, long descriptions. We get that information, we put it into the description 3 field in Paladin. Images. So it imports product images into Paladin. So we do a search in F1 Advanced Lookup. What will happen is it'll show a little diagram of a magnifying glass to the left of the product. You click on that, and it will show you the image of that product. This will be trickling down over time. It's not going to be a one-day, hey, we're going to download everything at once. It's just going to download little bits and pieces as you receive product. And I don't believe that we're actually storing the high-resolution image. I believe it's going to a link somewhere stored on the True Value servers. Dropship invoices, RDC balances. So what do you have in the distribution centers for stock? So we'll update that daily, and we'll be able to show that to you as well upon your order. There's some other cool things that we're doing too, which I'll get into on the next few slides here. We support vendor locations, and vendor direct ship terms as well have been added. So these are all the things that we added based on the request from the True Value customers. And for more information, just contact Paladin support. The nightly upload. So Paladin has added support for end-of-day price and inventory uploads to True Value for both non-True Value and True Value products. If you want to enable this feature, just create a help request for Paladin and say, hey, I want to go ahead and activate my daily pricing and inventory uploads to True Value. All right. True Value automated pricing plans. So we are also able to import from True Value promotions. So when you run the True Value EDI and select the sales you want to participate in, Paladin will automatically create the pricing plans for those. So it'll do things like put a start date, end date, include the products that you want to include, and it's pretty much automated. It's a great feature. It's going to help you tremendously. So the True Value RDC availability for POs. This is probably the most impactful and best feature that I'm showing you today, because this is going to, when I say impactful, I mean it's going to save you time. Right now, when you're ordering, you're getting whatever you get back from the supplier, and you see what you're going to get back when you receive your invoice, right? Not anymore. So now what Paladin will do is we will go out and we will see what's in those, see what's in your distribution center and compare it with what you're ordering. And we're going to break it out into 3 different segments. One will say all the out of stock items will be listed under supplier out of stock. And then those that are only partially available, where they can't fulfill the entire order but can fill partial order, they'll break out under partial stock available. And then all the other ones that you do, there is stock available in the warehouse, it'll just say stock available. So you're going to know before you submit your order what's available and what isn't available. So you do that when you recall a purchase order. On the left-hand side here, you can see it says check the box supplier stock check, and that will compare the stock and show you on that purchase order what's available and what isn't available. Very, very beneficial, great solution. I don't know that anybody else does this. All I know is that since True Value made available to us the near real-time information on availability of stock in their regional distribution centers, we can now do this. So take advantage of that if you would. So here, True Value RDC stock on hand for PO items lets you view the stock on hand. All you do is at the bottom of the screen, F7 says stock check. So you can click on any item at any time, and you can see a stock check. And this is, to select the PO and click stock, just click the stock check, or if you're multi-store, click the transfer, and it will show you True Value as the store. So you have as a multi-store, you'll see your other locations, and then you'll see True Value. Pretty powerful stuff. All right. Here we talk about more of the RDC quantity on hand is also available in the inventory module. So not only can you retrieve the stock information when you're producing a purchase order, but also when you just happen to be perusing the inventory and you want to say, hey, I wonder if this item's in stock. There it is. The image for the products will also be located here. I mentioned to you that the Advanced Lookup, when you're looking at under Advanced Lookup, you will see, you normally see part number, manufacturer number, description, and so on, and price, and that sort of thing. Well, now it will have a little magnifying glass if there's an image associated with it. You click on it, and it will display it right on the screen. So very cool feature if cashiers or salespeople are ordering product and they want to confirm that this is what it is, they can just click on that, and voila, it's going to be up on the screen. Like I said, it won't be for all items initially, but it will be trickled down over time. So for additional details and more information, there is a link here, Summer 2020 Release Guide. You can also go to Paladin or portal.paladinpos.com/new-features/summer-2020, and that shows you all the information. I mentioned this was going to be 40 minutes. I've managed to knock this out in about 33. I'm going to stick around a while to see if there's any questions. And in the meantime, I wanted to just put a little plug in for our next webinar, which is October 6th. So what is that, next week, I believe, or the week after. So this is Protect Your Network, Improve Business Performance. So we're going to talk about networking. As you know or don't know, Paladin does support networking. We manage the network for you. And by the way, this is next week. It's next Tuesday. So it's a great webinar. If you're not leveraging the service today, we can help you with things like keeping you safe from hackers, keeping you safe from ransomware. In addition to increasing performance, we have done wonders by replacing different network switches and routers and things like that with the tools that we know are going to help improve your business performance. So that webinar is next week. Also, stay relevant. You can always go to paladinpointsale.com/retail science. There's articles that we syndicate on occasion. Great information. A lot of the material, most if not all the materials, original material that we wrote. And it's very helpful for helping you run and expand and grow your business. Also, you can see this webinar in the next 24 to 48 hours. It will be posted also under webinars in the Paladin support site. And visit us on Facebook and all the other social medias. And I'm looking at the question box, and I don't see any. So tell you what, I'm going to finish up. Just want to say again, thank you so much for attending. I hope this was useful to you. Really wish we could all be in person somewhere and we can be delivering this presentation in a seminar somewhere, but maybe in the future. I'm hoping in the future things will get back to some sort of a normalcy. But anyway, thank you everybody for attending. I appreciate it. God bless, and we'll see you next time.